know me and cute ponytails. So we're just going to twine this all up together. And then after we do the blending, we're going to cut and shape to her liking. Alright, so we got that all the way up. Still not a cute ponytail, but that's fine. Because that hairstyle gonna be cute. I'm gonna grab a mirror really quickly because I want her to be able to see it once we done it with the install. Alright, so now we have her hair all in a ponytail. Remember, I told you about the stretchy bands you should use. You should have a link to be able to purchase those type of stretchy bands to put your hair in a ponytail, okay? And you're going to suggest those to your clients because they're going to want to wear in a bun to go to sleep and, you know, do various activities. So you want to suggest that type of elastic band instead of the other ones because they're going to have problems with it too if you find that it gives problems. So suggest that to them and where to purchase. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start blending. So remember, with the blending is just to create natural looking flyaways. Not to necessarily look like a lace front. Okay, it's to blend the crochet here into her hairline right here. Okay, so you're not seeing that bend. Okay, some people have a problem with this, but I think that extra step makes it look really, really natural. So we're going to go ahead and use our thinning shears to do that. Some people like to use that like thinning comb, but this gives me a little bit more control. So I'm just cutting away here, and you can actually see it cutting away here. Alright, and you pull it down once you get it to cut away the hair. Like I said, this is for blending purposes. Alright, now if you see that you have too much chunky pieces and you don't really like it, then you can always thin that out with your thinning shears and just back combing that and make it a little lighter. If you have a comb that back combs, then you can always kind of back comb that after doing the seamless hairline, the blending portion of it, to make it look even more natural. Okay, so that is the beginning of that, and you can almost imagine what it's going to look like when we're finished. It's going to be so pretty. So if their hair was blonde or red underneath, or their hair is black underneath, and you're doing red or blonde hair, that should not be a problem because your blend is should be so on point that you don't even see their colored hair blender. Okay. In the same way with filling it in. All right. Look how well blended that is. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish the front and then go around to the back. Like I said, every single hairline is going to look different from the next. Okay, the kinkier textures give a more natural look, meaning like the tighter curls. And also if you use something like when we're doing our connect line installation, that gives a more natural look as well because of the density of the hair. But it all depends on what's natural for you. So really it gives a natural look depending on naturally what that person's hair looks like. So the kinkier and much more tighter curls look natural on African American hair. And so even if you cut too much out, like I said, you can always back comb, and if it's too much, you cut out those pieces. But you don't want it to be too much where you got to install that whole little area again. So have a little control with the scissors and kind of, you know, as time go on, you feel a little bit more comfortable with how much to cut. And just continue to do the same thing. And you're blending in those parts too, in between. So you don't see gaps in between. That's why you always want to make sure you install hair right there. Mm-hmm. Usually when I'm back combing it to thin it out, I'm not really cutting it really bad too. I'm just really moving the comb back to kind of back comb it more so than just thinning it out, because you can get really choppy pieces of hair in the front and short blunt cut pieces, and that don't look like flat waist, don't look natural. So you kind of want to back comb it more so than chopping it away. So remember I said you can do the pinch method too. Just pinch it out and then cut. It takes a little bit more time, but it gives you a little bit more control with what you're doing if you're a first time to it. So I'm just going to show you that method. Although your fingers is going to be very strong by the time you finish doing that. I'm going back to my original method. And see how well blended that is looking from this side to that side. She's gonna let this down. Okay. Maybe we'll let her hold the mirror so we can see her reaction when we let it down. Alright. Oh, wow. Look how beautiful that is. She got that va-va-boom going on. So we're gonna go ahead and thin out this just a little bit and cut it and shape it, alright? And it is absolutely beautiful. So of course you always tell your client like, hey, you're gonna have a little bit of shedding going on because of what we did with the seamless hairline, but we try our best to just glide that hair on out. Sometimes if you spray a little bit of product, like a little sheen or something like that, or hair softener, that kind of gets the hair just a little bit wet enough to glide this out really easily. Alright, so that's something that you want to do. You can continue to do at home, but you shouldn't have too much shedding. Just a little bit because of the seamless hairline, so therefore be just around your perimeter where you'll experience the shedding. Alright, so as you see, we're gliding that out, and this is what's coming out as we're gliding the hair out. Alright, and it's so pretty. So now we're going to ask the client while she's in the mirror, how long does she want it? You know? What is the length that she's looking for? Her natural hair is long. So, wow. Right. So like, we just gonna go with it. And with time, she can always switch up this look. So a lot of times when I'm trying to drag out my crochet braids, it'll be really, really long, and I'll wear it long for like a few weeks. Then when I'm tired of it, I just cut it to a cute bob and switch up the whole look. And I'm like, oh, this looks even better as a bob. So it drags out the installation for like another 4 weeks, you know, before you have to take it out again. So those are options for her as she goes on. Since her hair is already long, she might want to switch it up and do a cute bob, you know. All right. So I'm going to keep gliding this on out of here. And she's like, wow, I've never seen myself like this before. No, I have not. This, by the way, is her first time getting crochet braids of this nature. It usually is twists or something like that. So, yeah. Wow. She's over here like, wow, this is what I look like. Go ahead and glide as much as we can of this hair on out. And see how this is just coming out like this. And his hair is really, really soft. I love the texture of his hair. It is soft. Yeah, it's very soft. It's not nappy. The curls, I really like the curls. And I will also say a lot of times when you have a first time crochet person, sometimes you kind of want to tell them to go and get the basic without the seamless hairline. Because they'll come back and be like, I want to try that seamless hairline this time. Because the curls do die down a lot. So what happens is, you see how it's like really full? It's because we had to piece out the hair. Once we piece it out and put it inside, it looks a little bit more fuller. But as time goes on, the hair marries. And so it dies down and gets a little bit flatter as the curls elongate and drop a little bit. Okay. Yep. So no worries if that's a concern. It flattens out just a little. Not a whole lot, but a little. And then you feel more comfortable with that. Yep. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and cut and shape to her liking. I'll take that mirror from you. Yes, ma'am. As we get going with that cut and shape, you'll let me know if you like it or you want to cut a little bit more or not. And you want to make sure the case is over a little bit so you don't get the clothes dirty. Oh, I dozed off. You know what? I dozed off so much. Alright, so this is what the fake side part looks like. So remember I said she can fake a part. This is how she can fake the side part if she wanted to wear a side part. But we gave her a completely knotless middle part. Alright, because that's what she had already, and I saw her here in her picture, so it looks like this is what she's comfortable with and what she likes. So we just went with the middle part, but she can switch it up if she likes to. Daytime look, nighttime look. So we're going to taper this to her face so it doesn't drag down her face because it's really full. And usually that tapering brings it all together. And this is perfect fall here. Get a little cold, you don't need no hair, you got crochet. So remember, with curly hair, you don't cut straight across. You're kind of going a little bit curl by curl in a way. So if not, it's going to look really weird. It's not going to look natural. Bring it around to the front. When I get to the back, I'll turn it around so you all can see. That's a nice layer. She looks Spanish. This is really cute. So a lot of times when you have the versatile installation, you have a part in the middle, a part on the side. Sometimes that side part, where if she's wearing it in the middle, is going to be a little bit more fuller because you put more hair on one side than the other because there's a side part. So with that, you just got to let that be known. Don't get scissors happy and just start cutting, okay? Big little mess. Yeah, it's gonna look choppy. You don't want it to look choppy. Okay, you want it to kind of marry into each other because you can't even tell that I did that on that side because it marries really well. She's about to look like she's from Hawaii. I can't even talk right. Hawaii. What is that? Actually, they do pronounce it a different way than we do. What is it?
It's with a V.
Really? How do you say it?
Hawaii.
Oh, gotcha. I heard that and I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. We say Hawaii. Mm-hmm. And that is so interesting, but yeah. She ends up going there to visit. Mm-hmm. This hair is perfect. She'll blend right in with the locals. So after you go up under and you thin that out, you go back on top and kind of do the same thing, but you just don't do it higher up, you do it lower. And that's giving a nice layer to it as well as taking out that density out of the ends, okay? Alright, so I feel like we're kind of good with this. I'm going to just look back and forth to match it up. Alright, we can go in a little bit here. Just a little. Remember, just skim. So all we're doing is skimming it off. So there's a whole process to this. Alright, so if you don't have Design Essentials, you can always use some type of moisturizer that's not super oily. So this is a Sheen Polish Conditioner Spray by Claudio St. James, Egyptian Sparkle it's called. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use this right here on the hair just to, you know, solidify the curls, kind of make it marry a little faster. Alright. So we just spray a little bit of it. We're not going to oversaturate it. It smells really good too. As you can see, that's coming down right away. Let's bring the curls together. We're going to do that to the end since we thinned it out so much. To glide that little hair out so that she doesn't have to deal with it shedding. So this is what kind of came out. And this is like the last little bit of the shedding. If she have any more shedding, it should not be much. That should be it. Now your client shouldn't have chunks of hair coming out because that means you did not install well. So just a little shedding from the seamless hairline. That's it. And I'm going to cut these ends, the little straggly ends that we have. Alright, I'm going to show the client if we did a good job with that. Just put that down and grate it. Yeah. Yep. Then you can let me know if you want it cut a little bit higher up or if this length feels good to you. I'm also going to flip it so you can see how it looks to the side, the little fake part that we added.
Okay.
I think this is it. Or it might not be. So that's how the fake side part looks.
Oh.
And I like that look too. Yeah.
That's cute.
It is. It's like it's like a Janet Jackson type. You know? I like that as well. So you have options to, you know, style it and wear it different ways. And a lot of times people like to pin some back, do a half up, half down. You can do that as well because it looks really seamless and it comes together really nicely.
Okay.
So like stuff like that, half up, half down, or something like that is really cute while you're at home, or if you work at home, from home. You can do stuff like that just so you don't look too much, or even roll it like this, back like that. You know, little things like that is really cute as well. You just play with your seamless hairline, and there you have it. Yes, you look so pretty. I love it, and I can't wait for these pictures. Thank you. You're welcome. So I'm gonna show the back how that looks. Okay. It's gonna have that fullness, but there's nothing wrong with a little fullness. All right, so here we go, and here she goes. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right, now I'm going to get you out of here.